Yes. We're just going to just run it, okay? No. Dude, this is fucking crazy. The lag on here is just insane. This is fucking stupid.
I didn't see it.
Oh, shit. Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, wrong one. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, but I Believe You. I'm Doug.
Joel.
And this is our first remote episode. It is going famously.
Here's the thing. Watching us, if you're a customer, if you're one of our loyal YouTube videos, they started off rocky. They didn't start off. They're getting better. Off great. And they're getting better. They were getting, and it'll get better and better and better. Next week will be better than this. And luckily for all the customers, this is like going to be like a 25-minute too long.
Absolutely. You're gonna love it. Just because you're seeing me on a different camera, I'm seeing you on a different camera. You're like huge. And I'm like lagging so bad. Dude, it's so crazy because it's like everything's going great. Like the Skype works, the OBS works, like on their own, it's great. But the moment you start recording, it just starts fucking up. So
it's crazy because I wonder though if the video.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Well, hold on. Let me record it on my end because what I'm seeing on Skype right now is fucking perfect.
And it's doing the NDI camera, my phone camera.
No, I'm seeing your camera right. Your camera right. But I can see that you're using your NDI.
Well, I mean, does this camera look all right?
I mean, no.
We'll just do. Well, we can upload both of them to the channel. Screw it. I'll see why not because your audio is awful.
Hold on.
No, it's not your fault. It's the.
Hold on. It's gonna tell you that I'm doing something.
And then, like on top of that, it's like, dude, I spend so much money on Google Fiber, and it's nothing special whatsoever.
It's weird how often. But I'll tell you this much. We don't have that available, so we had to jump back on spec. She couldn't do her stream. Two nights she tried it. I had to go literally buy 100-foot Ethernet cable. Going through the whole house now just to do this.
Should I get an Ethernet cable?
Yes. 100%. 100%. What do you have?
I have a
fiber, right?
Computer. Yeah, fiber.
There's your Google Fiber came with an Ethernet cable. You could literally grab this. You could grab it, plug it into your fiber thing, and if it reaches, go and you can immediately be running your computer through Ethernet. It'll give you zero lag, or as much as close to that as it can give you.
How do you hook an Ethernet cable up to a MacBook Air?
Do you not have an Ethernet port?
No, hell no. Nah, dog.
Really? Well, I'm sure there's an adapter.
Dude, I mean, we got to figure this out. We got to figure out the cameras, and we got to figure out your mic situation, man. Because I know you say Caroline uses a mic like that, and it works really well. And I have heard it on hers.
She uses.
And it sounds really good on her channel.
I switched over to her.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll get it all figured out, dude. This is a good test, though. The fact that we got this much figured out.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to put this up?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
And we're just going to call this episode 82. The boys are back at it again, fucking shit up, figuring it all out. Dude, if this isn't like a story of you and I, like how we have rolled with the punches with this damn show and we're still going at it. I mean, I don't know what else would be. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to describe our Little Rascals show.
I think we put on a damn good display of work ethic.
Dude, we are nitty. We are great. Dude, we freaking power through, dude. We hustle for our damn customers.
We took 1 week
Dude,
off.
I know. And then we figured this all out today. And also, you called me last night. You're like, this. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're like, yeah, it's going to be fine. I'm like, Joel, all you said was like 2 things. And you're like, yeah. I'm like, are you fucked up? You're like, no. And you're just laughing.
Because I couldn't. So okay, we are everywhere, but we haven't put in rugs anywhere except the list. So living room. So whenever I answered last night, it was echoing to me. Like, just my voice was echoing, and I was like, holy shit. And when you said that, it just made me laugh. And then I moved rooms, and everything I said felt like it was throwing you off so hard that it just put me into a straight up laughing.
I just didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do. Like, we can't. We got to figure this out, and we will. But dude, the other day I was at work, and somebody was talking about podcasts, how they only like certain podcasts, they can't stand certain people's voices, and they're like, yeah, and just like, when people really don't have anything to talk about, and they start talking all over each other, and I'm not really into that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And he's like, oh, I guess you would. And he's like, yeah, you know how it goes. I'm like, yeah, we call those friend simulators.
Yeah, dude, we do better episodes, and I chat anyone to tell me those aren't listenable.
Dude, and so I want to give a shout out to our Canadian buddies up there. We got our first meme made after us, dude.
Yeah, dude, we got Bernie meme.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Yeti Punk for that. That was really cool.
James, we appreciate it.
Are we saying real names?
He's from first.
We'll call
I know his last name too.
Yeti Punk James the Canadian.
We'll just give out his social media instead.
That's what you get.
Topos, if you're out there, Topos, how's it going? That's our other Canadian. Canadian friend.
For sure. So, I mean, we have our 2 Canadian listeners and only listeners. We're back, and we're doing it. We're figuring this out.
Commenting on the last video. That was nice. We haven't gotten any YouTube yet.
Nothing. It's just fucking crickets. That's what I'm saying. Our perseverance should be awarded just for each other. Like, you and I, next time I see you, man, I don't know. Now you know where I'm going with this.
Anything, our blind optimism and positivity through this whole thing has made this an incredible journey.
This is gonna be embarrassing for me, but you remember, like, when we first started this, I'm like, you're gonna have to pick up the slack because we're gonna start fucking getting real big with this podcast. You're always like,
here's the thing. I feel like there's a billion podcasts out there, and the day we start,
oh yeah.
I knew, like, much like every other venture that I get into, it was all how much work we put into it. And we did a lot of work into it. And look, let's be fair here. We got asked to host a party pretty close with us starting it. Like, which, I don't really know how much I had to do. I'm like the kind of assholes that would be a good Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, for a while there, it did kind of seem like, oh shit, this is picking up steam and stuff. But dude, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna 2020? What are you gonna do, bro? There's no anyone who wasn't established or didn't have the capital and means to just straight up through quarantine. Dude, it's not like those memes that are all like, if you're not fucking busted ass during COVID, like, you're wasting your time.
We're busting ass though. We were doing it we took like a couple of weeks off, but we couldn't be in the same vicinity of each other.
Exactly. So I think like the fact that I tried to do this during quarantine, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as we should have started this, but we didn't. And it speaks to us. I think
for sure. And then also, like, I was gonna kind of mention that we've kind of always wanted to get into this realm anyway. Excuse me, I mentioned my eye for everybody to see. We've been trying to get in this realm anyways. So it's, I figure most of this out, and then you pick up the pieces and we just put it together. Like, dude, I don't know anything about computers. Every time I make a purchase, even of a video game, the first person I call is you. And then when I start talking about computers to a certain extent, you're just and you're like, I'll call you back. It's like, I mean, we're not tech. I mean, I'm not the most tech savvy, so I'm fucking proud of myself for getting us this far. Like, today.
I was thinking, and this is crazy to me to think, but when I used to take straight up do anything on a computer, because I wouldn't focus on anything else. Like, one time, I had an apartment in Hollywood, and we couldn't afford the internet, but we were like literally a star. It wasn't the apartment you went to. It was a different apartment. We were like feet from the office. So somehow, dude, I took an Adderall, and like 8 hours later, I had gotten into the Wi-Fi in the office and changed the password, so only I had the password, and I had into the office's Wi-Fi and downloading shit, and nobody in the office had Wi-Fi, and I had no clue how I did that. But back then, I would just be like, yeah, give me anything. Dude, I had a whole studio running, just recording everybody, and I wasn't good at it. But you give me an Adderall like 2 hours, and I can make it happen.
Shit. Maybe we'll have to get a prescription, get this motherfucker running back up and running. I can't even talk. Dude, it's just crazy though, like how you sound right now. It's like when you listen back to this, Joel, you're gonna be fucking just like, of course.
I'm gonna laugh. I already know I'm gonna laugh. I'll figure out the audio thing. I'll go get a new mic this week. I'll go get a new mic to figure out what's going on though, because this shouldn't sound worse than it sounds when Caroline streams.
Sounds terrible. But like the thing is, I mean, something that anybody that wants to start a podcast, obviously you want it to sound good. Joel and I have, with assistance and great advice, got our podcast sounding to a quality point of quality, right? Yeah. And obviously we're having a little bit of issues with Joel's move and stuff. No big deal. We're fucking figuring out. But anybody wants to start a podcast, I assure you the things you need is a decent interface. You need a simple DAW, digital workspace like GarageBand. But the thing is, you need a decent camera, obviously, for webcam, but for audio, you need a good mic. But the thing I think that really is beneficial to starting a quality sounding podcast, fuck content, all that stuff, but just to make it sound good, a preamp.
Yeah.
That's why ours is like pretty booming. You know what I mean? Like, or I can't touch my eye. I'm sorry, but like the reason like my mic, at least in when Joel and I are in person, sounds like really loud, and it's because of the preamp. That's why we have it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, we don't talk about that stuff very often. I think it's pretty cool.
No, that is cool. Yeah, you're right. That is cool. Yeah, you're right. That is what it is. I just heard myself when I said I heard, and I can kind of hear what it sounds like.
Bro,
now.
You sound like shit. And also, like, I'm like looking down at here. I'm all laggy space cadet, and you're just like, I have like multiple faces of you, so I see you in real time from Skype, which is blowing my mind. And the OBS lags the shit out of it. Then I'm looking on YouTube and stuff, and everybody's like, "Yeah, you just click this little button, and it's it's gonna be just fine, okie dokie." It's kind of like those 5-minute craft videos
where they're bullshit, and you know they took an hour to make. Okay, so let me just clean. Months ago, I looked at like October maybe, and like 20 videos pop up on YouTube on how to do side-by-side streams. Just watch one of these and we got it. I was like, I'll move. We'll watch one of these and I got it. And then yesterday I was like, I got to fucking figure this out. So I pull out my phone and I start going through shit. Every single thing says, oh, we just Skype each other. And I'm going to, and so I'm looking, and I noticed on some famous people's podcast, and I was like, these motherfuckers are using Skype.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was saying about that shit about Howard. I'm like, Howard Stern can figure, their crew just uses it. So I mean, why don't we just use it? And then
so when I called you last night, I knew it sounded so dumb to be like, we just need Skype. But in my head, it said you open Skype and hit this fucking button, and I thought, well, shit, we both have our microphone, but I forgot about the road, and I forgot about the preamp, and the fact that you were in a film.
Yeah, that's dude, because like that's the only reason why. And I could just get a really nice like webcam, like a 1080p webcam.
You like what you see on mine? Because this is a new webcam we got, a Razer, and I believe it to me. It looks a million times.
It looks amazing on your Skype, and the OBS it looks good. But like, dude, and it's like, I don't spend much. Well, we spend a lot of money for the podcast to get these things, but at the same time, it's like, the time it takes to put into OBS is a lot. Which is great. It's open source, and you can do anything. You can do anything. And the reason that we probably are going to use OBS even more so we can like start doing like screen filters and stuff like that as well. But I mean, if Skype can provide that, yeah, I don't see why not. It's really about us getting the audio to put to the podcast as well. And like I said, yeah, I have all the gadgets. So Skype doesn't necessarily have all the bells and whistles for that.
Right. So if you look behind me, you'll notice that I've got floor-to-ceiling windows installed. This is my personal workspace. When we first moved here, I knew that our house was a little small. It's only 25,000 feet, and but I really enjoy being able to be here away from the city, and it's like my own little slice of heaven. And if you come over here, this is my bedroom. This is just. You can see my giant doorway in the back. My favorite thing about being here is I've got this weird, colorful office. I do all my meetings in here. So that's just a little tour of my house.
Shit, it's awesome. Do you not have a gym?
And this is the shadow realm. And this is a good one. This is what outside of my house. This is my backyard.
Dude,
it's great. It's great living in nature.
When you watch this on YouTube later, you're gonna be fucking losing it. You're gonna be cracking the fuck up. We look pretty silly. But oh shit. I was gonna ask you if you watched Night Stalker yet.
Yeah, we watched it while we were unpacking. Basically, I'll just get all this bullshit out of the way. So the move went pretty well. It was a huge, painful realization the day we started moving. Deeply regret owning so much, dude. Deeply regret it. I fucked my back up and my knees. I never, ever want to move from a place with stairs ever. It was fucking awful.
I mean, you're not in shape by any means.
I know, but I was busting ass, bro. And so we got the house packed up and moved in 2 hours. It was. I felt like I was gonna fucking die. So anyway,
were you getting evicted or something?
I just had given them a date to vacate, and then I had the certain date. So anyway, we got here and we spent a couple of nights at her folks' house while we were figuring out everything we needed for the house, because we left in the apartment. We were just like whatever.
You can't just leave it there though. I mean, you can.
And I got a bill for it. Because I also left my watches, that TV, my record stand, that TV VCR combo, because it broke.
Oh, shit.
So I just left a broken Batman electric guitar and just a bunch of goofy shit. Anyway, they charged me like almost. I know. It's because they also had to replace the whole carpet they
throwing wrecked shit all over the place.
Oh, bro, I fucking forgot about that. That's like podcast. So anyway, the night we finally stayed here, the first night was the night we got a couch and a bed and everything. And that day we pulled out. We had staged this room that I'm in now with everything we moved went into this room.
Say staged this room to me ever again.
We had staged this room, and so we brought it all into the living room, like box by box, and we were going through VHS going, is it a 2000s? Yes. Is it a 2000s? Yes, put it in a stack. Do we want this movie? Yes or no? And I'll hold on real quick. You'll like this. I'm going to take my camera and show everything else ended up.
I don't know if Joel can hear me right now. Do you have your headphones on? All right, so Joel's showing us his tour.
It's fucking hard.
This is like creepy as fuck, dude. Joel, this is awful. So Joel has a lamp. He has some overhead lights. He has a fan.
Hold on.
He has some grandma curtains.
Hold on. Where? No. They're gonna be silk.
They're gonna be silk.
Something.
Noted.
How the fuck does this work?
Dude, this is a fucking disaster. Dude, this is so bad. Especially if people are just listening. It's like, what are they doing? Joel, what the hell happened? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Hold on. I don't
It's all
know. Hold
good.
on. Whatever, that's wrong. But all
You gotta scoot over to your right.
is that better?
Yeah, better.
Okay. So I got everything packed up into the shelves or into the closet, and then we're building everything up. So this is the room we're done with some art and shit, and that those grandma curtains, they're lights go, they're silk, so that lights can drape inside of them,
Okay.
like neon lights. So that should take away from that. And then all the lights behind me are smart lights that we can control through an app.
Yeah, dude, I would want to get some of that stuff too.
It's don't get tricked. We almost got tricked into spending when we needed to. If you look at like the most popular ones, they're like $300-400 for setups that are like smart lights. I fucking 4 smart lights for $30, and they do the exact same thing, and they use almost the exact same.
Yeah, I mean,
app.
I didn't think that. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't spend that. I wouldn't spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on it. But at the same time, I don't know. I didn't need the light fixture game, bro, dude. So my neighbor.
Oh God! Can we talk about that? Can we 4 minutes? Can we talk about that?
I like how we're on a
allowed
time
to?
constraint because Joel's a fucking dick.
It's not my fault. It's only the likely start at the normal times. It's her fucking bachelor
Batshit.
show
What?
tonight. They do a Discord bachelor.
Oh, okay. I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt any of that.
No, yeah, that's.
We'll talk about it. You know what? We'll just talk about that some other time. When we get this straightened up, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about something else I want to talk to you about. Oh, I want to talk about, since you're back where you're near where you were born.
Oh shit, I am. I actually thought about that the other day.
What'd you think?
Just I don't know. You never know who's
That's
around.
what
You know?
I'm saying, dude. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. I know. Okay, I'm getting a text message, so let's wrap this. Thank you for listening to this bullshit. We are figuring everything out. I know this is short and ridiculous, but next week we will at least have a normal length episode if it doesn't look perfect.
Enough of Joel.
180.
All right, guys. Thanks for everything. I'm Doug. And we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for putting up with this.
I'll call you.